Thanks for checking out this haul video. So I'm going to go over more Vinegar Syndrome. I know at this point nobody is surprised that I keep buying Vinegar Syndrome. Got another stack of 6 right here, and I have more stacks waiting because I'm going to do more videos. This was a portion of what I bought for the Halfway to Black Friday sale. So I'm just going to get into it, and I'm going to start with two slip covers that I bought. This one I bought straight up. I did not use my Media Club points for this one. This one is for Battle of the Lost Planet / Mutant War. I have that 2-movie Blu-ray. It's sci-fi. It's a lot of fun. It's like super low budget, crappy type stuff. So if you like that type of stuff, it is a fun time. It actually also is very impressive how much they actually were able to do on such a small budget with this film. It's a fun time. I recommend it. So I ended up getting the version that did not have a slipcover. So then they had this one go up for, and I'll give you a closer look. That's the original slipcover. And then, actually, I don't know. Maybe this was this is a variant. I don't think that was available in the original slipcover. But, yeah, so this is really cool looking. I think I like the Mutant War portion the best, honestly, and I'm just excited to have a slipcover for this finally, because it's in my collection and I'd like to have as many slipcovers as possible. So I bought this straight up. I think it was like $7-8, something like that. But yeah, so there's that one. And then the next one I actually got with my Media Club points. And this is a film I really enjoy. It's definitely a so bad it's good film, and that is Uninvited. So when I got this without slipcover, I was like, I'm so glad that I have the movie, but I wish I had the slipcover. So this was available with Media Club points. So I did that. That's their version. And to be honest, like, okay, this looks good, their version, but this is the original artwork, and I kind of feel like that looks better. Or at least I like this one more. I'm just saying, it's pretty cool. So really excited to have that uninvited slipcover. So then getting into a few things first that are not horror. If you watched my last unboxing, you know that it was the last one or the one before that, I don't know. But I got Undefeatable, the Cynthia Rothrock martial arts film, and I already watched it, really enjoyed that. And at the same time, I decided, hey, if I'm going to get Undefeatable with Cynthia Rothrock, let's just go all in on Rothrock, and I got Sworn to Justice. This is one of those kind of bottom-loading ones. So you got this on this side. That's a cool cover. I love that cover. And then this, also very cool looking. But I think I like the yin and yang one a lot better. But then on the inside, we have this one, because I'm going to use this as like my primary front cover. So let's read about Sworn to Justice. Jana Dane, played by Cynthia Rothrock, is a criminal defense psychologist who has always followed the rule of law and fought to defend those accused of crimes, until one night she discovers that her sister and nephew have been brutally murdered by a gang of thugs in their own home. Attacked by the same criminals, Jana is able to use her martial arts training to defend herself. However, after leaping from a balcony to escape, Jana is hit on the head and rendered unconscious. Once awake, Jana discovers that the blow to her head has given her extrasensory perception in the form of visions while touching certain objects. Okay, took a turn there I didn't expect. After her newfound psychic abilities reveal that she is defending one of the thugs that killed her sister and nephew, Jana decides that she has had enough with the justice system and begins a vigilante quest to rid the streets of the criminals responsible. With the help of an author and fellow martial arts enthusiast named Nicholas, Jana soon discovers that those responsible for her family's death may be working for some very powerful people. Sounds like a ridiculous premise, and that's what I like with my martial arts films at this point. Obviously, I'm just starting to get into martial arts, and I think that Cynthia Rothrock, from what I saw in Undefeatable, is pretty awesome. So, yeah, really excited to get into that one. Then the next one, I've heard a lot about this movie, by the way, and it had been on my list to get for quite some time. Finally pulled the trigger on it. Miami Connection. I've heard this is a very good, so bad it's good film. You know how I'm all about that. I love this artwork, by the way. It's super cool. And then also, this must be an alternate title for it, but that's pretty awesome too. Big fan of that one. Now, this is one of the side-loading ones, which I like these side-loading ones quite a bit. It's much easier to get things in and out than it is like the bottom loading or the, double-sided one. But, yeah, so on the inside, what do we have? We got this one. This also looks very fun. Looks kind of like spray paint done, kind of. And then on the back, we have this. Making it look like a really fun time to watch this movie, gotta say. Now let's get into it. Now this is a 4K, obviously. I am lucky enough that I actually have a 4K television, so it'll make a difference when I watch it. Alright, let's I'm going to show you the inside. A few discs. Yes. I didn't do that for Sworn to Justice, but there's not much to see, honestly, on that one. Alright, Dragon Sound, the house band at Orlando's #1 nightclub, is made up of 5 orphans and university classmates, all of whom are experts in Taekwondo with a musical mission to share the importance of love and friendship. I'm already very excited, just based off that. One of the band members, John, is engaged in a budding romance with Jane, sister of Jeff, a kingpin in one of Florida's toughest drug-pushing gangs. Of course. A resentful rival band enlists the help of Jeff and his crew of violent motorcycle-riding thugs to exact vengeance for their bruised egos against Dragon Sound. The 5 best friends are soon forced to put their fighting skills to the ultimate test, not just to defend themselves, but their entire community from the iron grip held over it by these narcotics trafficking hooligans. I love the fact that they work hooligans into there. Pretty fun. Looks like a good time. Sounds like an even better time than I was expecting. So, pretty psyched about Miami Connection. Now getting to the next one, and the last 4 do not have slip covers, just so people know. So I'll be looking for those slip covers with my media points at some point. So the first one is Blood Games, which that's pretty cool cover, decent enough. And on the inside, what the alternate is this Blood Games, which actually also looks pretty cool. I like that. It's got almost like it's supposed to be a 3D element to it. I like it. All right, so let's read about Blood Games. It all started as a simple game of softball. Love that it starts that way. When a women's softball team wins a game against a group of rough-talking and dirty-playing men, they find themselves unwittingly involved in a new competition with much higher stakes, life and death. After being horribly attacked and assaulted by their male competitors, the women are forced to use both their wits and strength to escape their tormentors and avenge their teammates. However, they quickly find themselves trapped in a deadly cat-and-mouse chase through a nearby forest where violence lurks behind every tree. So this one sounds fun. Oh, and it goes without saying, because I have just a horror channel. I will not be reviewing Miami Connection or Sworn to Justice. I will also probably not be reviewing Blood Games unless a lot of people request these. Then maybe I will. I don't know. But so Blood Games sounds fun. Then the next one I'm doing, I might review. I don't know, but this is kind of more on the sci-fi spectrum. I'll have to see when I watch it how much horror it actually is. But that one is Incubus. And I've seen some people online saying that they really enjoyed this one. So it wasn't initially on my list based off the trailer. But saw a bunch of people kind of talk about it. And I was like, I was kind of on the fence after the trailer. Maybe I'll just go ahead and pick it up. So Incubus, I do like that. And on the inside, what do we have? We have that. Terrible. So that's why I'm not switching it to that, because that just looks boring. Anyway, Incubus. A quiet New England town becomes the site of a grisly murder and assault, leaving a young man dead and his girlfriend in critical condition. Sam Cordell, head surgeon and medical examiner at the local hospital, senses something isn't quite normal about the attacker, but barely a day later, another woman is savagely assaulted and killed. With the realization that a maniac is on the loose, Sam, with the help of Police Chief Hank Walden and newspaper columnist Laura Kincaid, must unravel the mystery behind additional murders before additional murders occur. All the while unaware that Sam's own daughter, Jenny, might be next on the victim list. Ooh, okay. So actually that's sounding a little more like serial killer-ish thing. So I don't know. Maybe I am. I don't know. We'll see. anyone who's already seen Incubus, let me know. Is it horror? Is it kind of horror? Please let me know in the comments. So, interested in this one. Excited to get to it. Now, the next one is one I have seen before, but I have not reviewed it at this point, so I will end up reviewing it. I did talk about it when I was doing the superlatives for, I think, was this from the 70s? No, 90s, sorry. This was 90s superlatives. And that is the movie Body Melt. Really sad I was not able to find the slipcover version of this available. I mean, I know I can get it from like eBay or something, but I'll just wait to see if I can get it through Media Club at some point, because that's really cool. Look up what the slipcover looks like. But this is an okay cover. Okay-ish, I guess. Body Melt is wild. If you've never seen this, super, super, super wild. It's got a little bit of like a Peter Jackson, like Dead Alive type feel to it. But something else. And that is just like horrible cover art. That just looks awful. So definitely not leaving it on that one. So I'll take this one that also doesn't look great. But let's talk about Body Melt. Residents of the placid suburban cul-de-sac of Pebbles Court have started receiving unexpected samples of a new and experimental vitamin manufactured by a strange health spa named Vimuville. However, shortly after adding the mysterious green powder to their diets, users begin to experience strange and increasingly macabre visions, and worse, their bodies start to mutate, ooze, and eventually melt. It's one of those body melt movies, as it says. As visits from the coroner to the sleepy street become a nearly daily experience, Detective Sam Phillips becomes increasingly suspicious of the goings-on at Vimuville. But will he be able to uncover its diabolical motives before the whole of Australia is subjected to body melt? Yeah, if you like really weird movies that are just really wild, fast-paced, all over the place, Body Melt's gonna be for you. And also, like I said, it's got a bit of a Peter Jackson, like Dead Alive feel to it, pacing-wise, and how, like, frantic it is. So, yeah, check it out. And then the last one, the one I'm most excited about from this grouping, is one that I saw many years ago, and Joe Bob did end up covering it. I saw it before Joe Bob covered it and fell in love with it, so that when it was on the last drive-in, I got so excited because I was like, yes, more people are going to experience this, because I'm always on the lookout for more holiday horror, because sometimes I can talk my wife into watching horror movies if they're holiday related, because she does the thing. Much like I do in October, I'll try to watch at least 31 horror movies, or 30 some. I always want to get at least 30 some horror movies in October. One for each day. A lot of people do, but I like to do a little bit more than that. So there have been times where I get a lot. I've had like over 100, but most of the time I'm 50s, 60s, somewhere like that. But anyway, my wife does something similar in December with Christmas movies. So when I find related Christmas horror movies, especially if it's new, she'll usually check it out. This one I haven't gotten her to check out yet, but maybe I will, and that is Deadly Games. And Deadly Games on 4K. So excited to have this. This literally is Home Alone before Home Alone, plus it's violent. So, yeah, this is a fun one. I actually already reviewed this, so if you are interested in seeing my review for Deadly Games, go ahead and check it out. It's Deadly Games / Dial Code Santa Claus. I have it as Deadly Games on my channel, so if you want that review, check it out. But great artwork, super, super cool looking. And I'm not going to show you the inverse because you can't see through this. It's just too much to deal with. But there are the discs. I think it basically looks like this, I believe. Which is also cool. It also looks good. So here we go. Deadly Games, Dial Code Santa Claus. Young Thomas is obsessed with action movies and video games, so much so that when his mother is out, he delights in turning the sprawling mansion where he and his invalid grandfather live into a makeshift battleground, concocting and setting elaborate traps. Home alone, grandfather aside, on Christmas Eve, Thomas is soon faced with an unexpected and very unwelcome guest, a department store Santa Claus, who is, in fact, a deranged maniac on the loose. Putting his skills into action, Thomas begins on an all-out assault against the murderous Saint Nick, rather than risking his Christmas turning into something closer to Halloween. Super fun. If it sounds fun, it is fun. You know, check it out if you haven't seen this. It might still be streaming on Shudder. I'm not sure. Check Tubi if it's not, because it might be there as well. But love having this for my collection now. And again, I'll be looking for a slipcover through the Media Club points. But anyway, awesome. Yet another haul. I have more hauls coming. I have 2 more stacks literally sitting right there to do videos for. But then I'm also going to be getting more because I signed up. Actually, my wife bought me the halfway subscribership for Vinegar Syndrome as an anniversary gift. A very, very generous one. So that was very nice of her. She's the best. She's actually making my habit worse in a sense. She's really supporting it. But that's what love is. Supporting people in their terrible habits like this, right? Anyway, thank you everyone for checking this out. Go ahead and tell me not just what Vinegar Syndrome you've watched or had recently that you're a big fan of, but anything. Any horror that you've picked up recently or watched recently that you're a fan of, go ahead and put it in the comments because, hey, sometimes it'll catch my eye and I'll be like, oh, maybe I should review that. So thank you for checking this video out. Do me a quick favor and hit subscribe if you haven't already to my channel. I do appreciate that greatly. That's your best way to repay me for this free content. Also, go ahead and hit the notification bell button because then you'll know when I'm putting up new videos, which I'm doing 3 a week at this point. But thank you so much for checking this one out. And until next time, keep it brutal.